Hey, how you guys doing? IVIcoX. Yeah, I'm on the 1.7.4 on the PC. And on my last video, I was talking about how I was going to do a video, well, kind of do redstone lessons. Um, a lot of people that commented actually weren't really interested in learning the basics. They were more interested in how buds work. So I was going to go ahead and cover that in this video, and if you guys would like anything else, or if you want me to go into more description on what we're going to look at, I can do that for you. And then I wanted to let you know that next gen Minecraft, I've been reading from different sites, basically that it's probably not going to be until March. March is when we're going to actually see next gen Minecraft. Matter of fact, I believe the Wii U is going to get it before the 360. Now, all rumor, keep that in mind, it's rumor, but I kind of knew already that it was going to be at least 3 months from after the release. But yeah, anyway, this is a custom world that I made. It's basically a 16 by 16 area of smooth sandstone. The rest is all void, which makes it just makes the PC run a lot better. There's no blocks beyond the edge there that you see. It doesn't render anything, it doesn't have to, so it doesn't have to update those chunks, which makes it pretty smooth. So I made some examples to show you guys how block updating works, and then we have some torch keys and different kinds of updating that you can do on the 360 and PC. So the first thing I wanted to show you is, although you may not think it, when you're flying around and you're looking at air, it actually has a value. All these, everywhere there's not a block, it's actually block 0, which is the value of air. So air can actually be powered. So when I, for instance, if I was to power redstone directly above this piston and touch it, it extends the piston like that, and then when I turn it off, it stays extended until I update it. So by updating the block with another one, that's what a block update is. So you can get it from all these areas. Feel free to copy this. This is an airspace as well, and same with here. You can't get updating from underneath. It doesn't power up. It can only power, horizontally. So horizontal budding is what we got here. So yeah, just showing you guys that. You can also work with repeaters, and the redstone does not have to be in a circle. I actually customized my redstone so that it looks thick and you can see clearly where it's going. So before we go and look at those and the other kinds of block updates you can do, if you want to copy me on this, feel free to. I'm just going to make my first, this is the first block update that I actually knew about that worked. And what it is it's a torch powering this block, which causes horizontal budding. So now if I touch it, it's extends the piston, which then goes over this torch, and if I send the signal back into here, it will shut it off. So now I have a renewing update. So when I touch it, it will reset itself. So this one's more to keep it extended always. And it's not flush with the wall or anything. This is just an example to show you how I'm taking just horizontal budding and then we're resetting the power source to get a really simple update. So there's two ways you can actually use an update. One is you can have it always extended like this, or you can use another piston to actually cause it to touch it. So other pistons can update the area as well, and so can repeaters. So now it's going to be folded into, oops. Now it's going to be folded into the opposite. It's going to always retract itself. So yeah, that's basically what you want to do. Is once you have a block update, you want to send a signal to reset it. So This would be if you wanted to use a piston, which this can be adjusted and fine-tuned to work in all different kinds of ways. Myself, I use this particular one for a wheat field. Basically, I had like a 7x7 area that had wheat in it, and then another one and another one, and then water would get released from the top, and it would travel all the way down, and then touch this, and I'd have a big line of repeaters, and it would send a signal back and shut the water off, and then all my wheat would collect down here. So I don't do that anymore. It's a lot easier just to farm it normally, but I did want to show you guys that. Breaking apart a simple block update. So these ones work in almost the same way. This is a 360 torch key that I designed based on this one, which is Codecrafted's. On the 360, you cannot put a repeater next to a piston like this because it will update it in this fashion. So you basically have to have the repeater one block lower so it doesn't update it for the 360. But you'll see here that this is not actually being powered by anything. What happens here is with this one, we're fooling it into always being extended, and that this torch is actually what's updating this. So a torch is pretty strong. It can update these areas in which I'm showing you here. So when this torch turns on and off, it's going to update this piston. So what happens is I put a torch on this, it sends a signal through all this redstone, causes horizontal budding right here, and then the torch makes it extend again. When it comes back on, it makes it extend again. So it's a renewing torch key. So you can see. And this one's exact same thing. It's just you can have the repeater right next to it because it doesn't recognize it. So the torch is updating the piston to make it always be extended. So that's horizontal budding being used, to its most efficient and most resource friendly. This is a different kind of block update. The way that this one works is that piston I just removed actually prevents this from clocking. Because what I actually have here is I have a timer going on, but as soon as I add in this piston, it makes it so it can't extend. So it fools it into thinking that it's being obstructed. So when I touch it, I get a renewing update. So that's about 4 ways we looked at how you can update it. Now this is a chain reaction bud. A lot of people don't understand that, but what we have here is we have a similar bud like that one. This block is being diverted. So what's diversion? Redstone, when it's in a circle, powers in all areas around it. So it would power here, here, and here. So if I have a piston here and I was to power this, you can see that it extends it. But if I place a detector rail, a lever, or even a torch, you can see that it's no longer powering the block. The only place that it should be powering is here, but not next to it. So when I do this, I'm getting another kind of an update, as you can see. So if we do the same thing we did in the beginning, which is we make it renewing itself. So this update by itself can't do anything. You'll see here that it's in synchronous with this one. When this block updates, it updates this piston, which then disconnects the power, causes this detector rail to retract, and then it will reset the redstone in its default position like this, always keeping it extended even though it shouldn't be. This is a pop-up torch key. It's a floor version, but really good example of how you can use another bud to update it and get it to do things that you normally couldn't get it to do. So these are PC and also 360 things. This one does not work on the PC anymore, but we can simulate it with this. So this one, what it does is that it's kind of like this is doing the same thing. It's like having some redstone here on top of this block, which is actually powering this piston, and when I touch it, it extends up, sends a signal through, and pushes itself back down. These are really good because you can use them for, like for instance, concealed wall torch keys, or you can use it to activate or deactivate a device, and so on. You'll see here when I touch this one, it's just going to pop the detector rail off. That doesn't happen on the 360 though. But yeah, it would work the same on the 360. This would be the replacement for this. So, you know, this is still horizontal butting. Although it doesn't seem like it, it is horizontal butting. So, yeah, just thought I'd show you guys. Those are all the ways that you can actually update, and they do require horizontal butting. So, that's pretty much all that I can show you about block updates in this video. If you guys do want to know more specifics about it, you know, let me know, because realistically, if you want to use a block update, you have to have something that requires one, and I'm going to show you an example of that. Alright, so this is my Redstone map. It's not custom or anything, it's just a normal sandstone map. Yeah, so we're going to look at a specific, you know, area. So you guys may know about my Fallout vault door, and how it used 3 separate devices. I had the hidden staircase, a 3x3 door, and then a double piston extender to come down and touch the door so it looked like the Fallout vault door, unlocking the vault. So to get that same thing in one device, Covert made this one, and we're gonna look at it. So what we're gonna get here is the same thing. We're gonna get horizontal butting from this block up here. When I activate this lever, it extends this piston in midair. This block's not powering it. It's not a redstone block. What's actually causing it to extend is the redstone. So as it lifts up, this gets powered, extending it, and then when this block comes out and touches it at the same time, causing it to extend, and then it's going to retract it to allow it to go down. This does work on the 360. It just requires you getting glow lamps here instead of half slabs. So you'll see here when I retract it, it's very fast and very reliable, and it works with the block update. So this is a perfect example of how you can use a block update. I've seen people also use this for a 3x3 bud trapdoor, where you touch, for instance, the center block, and it would retract the update, causing the door to open or close. So, you know, these are all things, it depends on what you want to do. So yeah, anyway, that's all the time I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, comment, like, and subscribe, and of course, you know, let me know if you guys want to know anything else about Redstone. I'm going to be doing the tutorial on the Fallout vault door here pretty soon. Been working on it for a couple days. This is the prototype, and I'm trying to make it super compact and very simple and easy, and work on the 360 plus PC. So it'll probably take me a couple more days of messing with it before I'm ready to release it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Later.